What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with another video on the Batman. No, not Michael Keaton appearing in the Flash movie, although Andy Muschietti has confirmed he will be at the DC Fandome event in August. So maybe Michael Keaton will appear during that Zoom call. No, we're talking about the highly anticipated Batman Arkham Legacy 2020, which I still think is the better name. So recently it was confirmed and verified, well, not confirmed or verified, but it was revealed that it could be called Gotham Knights, alongside with the Rocksteady game being called Suicide Squad Just Killed the Justice League. So two websites were registered, and you looked on Whois, and it was owned via a software company, which usually games do in order to kind of buy the IP, hide the IP, and stop people attaching itself with themselves. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 grand mark, I will be giving away something pretty darn cool. So thumbnail credit is to my good friend Ultra Raw, who recently got verified on Instagram. Massive artist, such a cool dude. So check him out. Batman Arkham Legacy. I still think that is the best name for the game, and it's incorporating the Court of Owls. As you know, WB Montreal on Batman's birthday started teasing stuff, and that account was dormant for 5 years. So when people like Warstu, you're making it up. No, this account was dormant for 5 years. The Arkham Knight account was dormant. Then they started tweeting about the Courts of Owl and started teasing lots of various stuff, to the point where we know there is officially going to be a game. So recently we got some new news that there's going to be some new news coming. So James Seinfeld, I believe that's his name, on Twitter. I only use Twitter to report stories. So he works for a small publication called The Geeks Worldwide, and he had this to say on June the 11th. Warner Bros. Is hosting a convention, all things DC, yes, including a new Batman game in August. Whether or not this is the first taste you're still gonna get, things are up in the air, but at least you know there's a time and a place. So this event is going to be on August the 22nd. DC Fandome, it's going to be absolutely everything to do with DC. The Flash TV show, the movies, the games, literally anything to do with DC is going to be revealed at this event. So, recently there was some new information coming out of Geeks Worldwide website. I don't know what their validity or credibility is, but for some reason comicbook.com went with a story they posted on June the 30th. So I thought we'd cover it. So it says this: a new report coming about the Batman Arkham game has surfaced, revealing some major alleged details about the PS5, PS4, Xbox X Series, Xbox One, and PC game. We first heard about the new Batman game last September. Since then, we've seen and heard nothing about the title. And then it goes on to say the same thing and reiterate at the DC Fandome event in August. We will be hearing some stuff. And then it goes, a new report comes way of Casey Walsh from Geeks Worldwide. Like I said, guys, I don't really know who they are. It's a largely echoing some of the previous rumors made about the game, but also has some new details to share as well. For the report's note, the game was scheduled to release late this year, but this was before what happened in the world. In other words, it's quite possible this might no longer be the case. A very interesting alleged story that this video game isn't coming out this year. Now let's look at the evidence. We've had Last of Us 2 come out this year. We've had Final Fantasy 7 Remake come out this year. I still believe this game will be coming out this year because they've been working on it for at least 5 years. Now, if they were going to release it towards the end of the year, November mark, which is what Cyberpunk 2077 have done, which is the rumored PlayStation 5 release date, sometime in November, because of a leak. So if they were to drop it in August at this event, saying, yep, it's here, 4 months, long enough time. You don't really need to market a game like Batman Arkham, do you? No, not really. So it went on to say this. Meanwhile, the report echoes that there will be multiple playable characters via the Bat family. This isn't really new information, guys. We've been telling you this a long time. I mean, technically, you get to play as the Batman characters in Arkham Knight in a way. It also reaffirms that Courts of Owls will be the main antagonistic of the game, based on nothing. See, I always like to report stories from insiders and smaller websites because sometimes they actually do have independent sources, but it doesn't really say much. Beyond this, The report mentions that there will be connections to other games, which may suggest it's not a hard reboot, but a softer reboot. Unless, of course, these other games isn't referring to the previous 4 games Arkham series. Interesting. Lastly, the report claims, and it always says claims because it's not confirmed or verified, that there will be multiple factions, including the GCPD, that will be coupled with a Nemesis-like system made popular by the Middle of Earth Shadow of Mordor, which was a very good game. Unfortunately, this is where the details dry up, and they're probably the only details we will get about this game, unofficially or officially, until the game gets closer. And then the article goes on telling you to follow comicbook.com for more stories. So this is a very interesting story that literally says the same thing that they said a few months ago. And then I had a look on this Casey Walsh character name, and he said the following: I can't tweet anymore. So what really happens with the websites is they pull stories from insiders. I don't know why these insiders have so much power that if they post a meme or post an image, it's confirmed. Guys, anyone can be an insider. It's not hard. Anyone can have a source of a source of a source of a source. Trust me. So I don't know if this information is correct, but it is very interesting. Of course, there's going to have to be some correlation to the other Batman games, because the information we know is that they are going to be similar style. I can't see WB Montreal coming out with a brand new Batman game that is nothing like any other games, because the Batman Arkham franchise is seen as industry standard for video games when it comes to superhero genre. Now, I would go as far as to say the Batman Arkham franchise was better than Spider-Man PS4, but Spider-Man PS4 is a very, very close. And there's also rumors saying this game will be exclusive to PlayStation 5. I don't really think this will be the case. So if we go back to the James's tweet, he allegedly is making out or saying that some information will be coming out before this event. I don't really think it will be the case. If that would be the case, it would have already leaked. As we know, Gotham Knights allegedly is going to be a title, and that would insinuate that Batman is going to have a group of people helping him. But like I said, we know that this is going to be a Batman team-up game for a while. This is rumoredly, apparently, maybe is the kind of deleted, unheard of, not really touched about it, Damian Wayne game that everyone was talking about, and then it got scrapped. And then Rocksteady took over and is making the Suicide Squad game. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense why they've registered a game called Gotham Knights if the Gotham Knights aren't going to be included, but that would include multiple other characters. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And there is a whole gaming community that is freaking hyped for this Batman game whenever it comes, because we already know we're getting Spider-Man PS5, which is a sequel to Spider-Man PS4. And no, we are not talking about Miles Morales, because that is just a miniature game like Uncharted DLC, so to speak. So there is a Suicide Squad game in the works. There is a Batman game in the works as well, but we don't know when it's coming. It's just looking like it's coming soon. I'd rather be reporting facts rather than rumors, because I know exactly how the comment section works. I read the comments, guys, and I feel you, but you guys want Batman Arkham news to do with gaming and the movie industry and all the TV shows, so I keep you up to date with everything that has been said. And that's pretty much, guys, everything that's been said about this future game. If you play Batman Arkham Knight, you would know at the end of it, Project Nightfall, that it's pretty hard to call the game Batman Arkham because of the ending of the other game, unless the ending of Batman Arkham Knight was fabricated and it never happened, which is interesting. But also, whilst I was doing some research for this video, there is a lot of hate for the Batman Arkham Knight game, and I don't really understand why this game gets hate, because the Batman Arkham franchise as a whole is pretty darn cool. There is so many DLC, but at the same time, they did miss a lot of things they could have done. But obviously, with this newer game, they will be doing a bunch of other stuff. And then there's a rumored Superman game, which is apparently going to be affiliated with the next Batman game. I don't know how true that is, guys, but this DC Fandome event is going to happen. Some people are calling it DC Fandome event. Some people are calling it DC Fandome. There is an E in there, so if you're English, you'd say Fandome, but some reason people are calling it DC Fandome event, which makes no sense based on the spelling. So like always, guys, let me know everything you think down below. And there were some rumblings on Reddit, but I don't know how true they are, of a Spanish Batman voice actor recording lines, which I don't know how true it is. I did look on the Instagram account. It could be for that, but then again, it could literally be for anything, so I'm not sure. But there is so much precedence and evidence to suggest that this video game is definitely going to be announced at least in August, which is pretty darn cool. I will be covering everything that happens at the event, and we are freaking hyped. We know that WB Montreal is hiring a bunch of people generally before a game comes out. They do test a lot of stuff, so there is job posting and stuff like that, just like there is at Santa Monica Studio for the next God of War game, which we know is coming, but PlayStation probably won't reveal that till very close to the release. You know that Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is not coming out to 2021, at least, and they've already announced that with a bit of a teaser CGI trailer. So like always, guys, let me know what you think down below. I'm not going to cover Batman Arkham much until we get some real news, so this will probably be my last video for a while that we're doing on this video game. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.